welcome back.
No, I'm not ready.
Hello, welcome back to another video. This is my sister.
Hey.
Her name is Laura. So today we're going to be talking about the perspective of another person who is related to me about fibromyalgia. So
Yes, we are. Hit me.
hit me with your best shot. Okay, first of all, did you know what it was when I first told you? What did you think I had before I was diagnosed?
I don't know. I didn't think anything.
I don't know.
I just didn't know. Maybe I just thought you had like you have injured yourself badly and that it was taking a long time to recover. And it was just one of those things that needed a lot of physio and a lot of like going through a bit of pain to get better. Yeah, I didn't think you had a chronic illness at all. That never ever crossed my mind.
Okay. And when I told you what I had, what did you think about that? Did you know what it was?
I didn't know what it was.
Had you ever heard about it?
I'd never heard about it.
Okay. What else?
Yeah, I just thought it was just weird how you can just one day wake up and you're like, bam, I've got fibromyalgia.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, okay, well,
great.
Cool, let me know. And then you send me loads of articles and things to read, which I read, and I did my own research and tried to understand and learn why it happens. And
did you find anything out?
Yeah, I found out that it can happen for lots of different reasons, and there's not one specific. You can't pinpoint one thing that's like, oh, this is absolutely why.
And even with when you say, we can sort of think, okay, that's probably why, but there's no way to make sure that that is the thing that caused it.
Exactly. And everyone, everyone's different. Everyone has their own stories. There's lots of success stories of people that have learned how to live better with it and don't feel bad so often. And maybe there are some people who actually really never feel that much better, which is really sad.
Yeah.
I was surprised and sad, but you were so positive and you were happy that you knew what it was finally.
Yeah, but I think
that gave me reassurance.
I think when you don't know what you have no idea what to do about it.
Yeah.
But even if it's something scary, but you know what it is, you can actually like, okay, it has a name, you can sort of put a face to it. It's kind of more, it's easier.
Yeah, it's easier to cope with.
Yeah. Another thing that I wanted to ask was, did you feel like at first, did you think that the way you felt about it at the beginning has changed to how you feel about it now? Or how do you feel about me being, needing more help and everything?
I think I feel the same way.
Which is?
I mean, I think I still feel a little sad about it, and it's frustrating, but I fully understand, and I understand your needs, and I understand how you cope with it. So for me, I find it, I mean, of course for me it's easy to deal with, but it hasn't been that complicated and it hasn't been that difficult because I listen to what you need and I'll just help you out. So yeah.
Did you ever think that I was not being truthful about it? Why do you think a lot of people's families don't believe them when they talk about their symptoms and their condition and stuff? Why do you think that is?
I think it's because it's an invisible illness. A lot of illnesses are invisible. For example, cancer is invisible but has visible symptoms and diagnosis, and you can actually pinpoint this is what you have.
You can see it on a scan.
Exactly. And because yours you can.
Yeah.
I think that's why maybe people struggle to believe and understand and try and get their heads around. It's like, she looks fine, there's nothing wrong with her visibly.
But you can tell when I'm worse.
I can, but it's like, you're tired. You don't look like yellow or, like there's nothing that makes you look like so ill. That it's like, oh my gosh, she's so ill, she can't even leave bed. It's not like that visibly. Yeah. You might feel that way, but visibly, no one can tell that you're that bad. So I think that's why maybe, it's like that ME.
Multiple sclerosis.
No.
What is ME? Oh, chronic fatigue syndrome. Yes.
Yeah.
That's
another illness that's really controversial because
but that one is
different. It's very different. But it's so I can understand why people struggle to believe it. But what I don't understand then on the other side is, why would someone make this up?
Yes.
And so, like, why do I need to make up that I feel so...
And especially one that...
And when you can... I can sometimes see that your knees, like, break down or things like that. And, like, that's a lot of, like, theatrics just for a bit of attention.
And, like, the amount of independence that we lose and how frustrating it is for us. Why would I make...
Exactly.
Well, the thing I always say is that if I was going to make up that I have an illness, at least I would make up one that I can get like benefits from and that I could get anything out of it.
True.
I wouldn't fake one that doesn't get treatment, nothing, nobody knows what it is.
Might as well stay quiet.
Yeah, just pretend I don't have anything.
Yeah.
So what would you suggest for people whose families don't believe them and whose families are not supportive of them? How would you suggest that they speak? Because you are on the other side, right?
Yeah.
How do you think, if you were having trouble like understanding it, how do you think they could like help their families understand them better? Maybe.
I think, you know, for example, go to a famous person. Lady Gaga's got it. So like, let's point this out. Why would she make that up?
Yeah.
And you can...
You know who else has it? Morgan Freeman.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
And so, like, 2 examples, I'm sure there's loads more out there that you can kind of see. These people have it, and I'm sure they have given interviews about it that you can read more. And then I would say, show them studies, show them articles, show them things of how to, so they can understand and learn
about it.
About it, and yeah, that would be my suggestion. But
okay,
and just, I don't know, just having an honest conversation, because sometimes you can say, oh, I just don't feel very well or whatever, but maybe if you don't sit down properly and actually explain, oh, this is, I don't know if that's what's happening, because I don't know.
Oh, well, I think it depends from every situation.
Exactly, but yeah.
And I think for some people, not everyone, but some people have other illnesses at the same time, which make it really hard for the symptoms of fibromyalgia to be controlled. So there's like a bunch of things going on and they can't do anything. And then I think their families, I think it's normal for people to get frustrated with it, because it's like you're there but you can't do anything and there's just like nothing there. So I think it's frustrating for the families, because they
definitely,
the person that they love is in this situation
unwell, and you can't understand,
and you don't understand it. So
yeah,
I think
sucks.
Yes. I know one time we had a conversation at the beginning of the year, where we were talking about when I first was diagnosed, and you told me that it was really scary, the fact that anybody can just get it and there's no explanation to that.
Yeah.
Do you feel a little bit less scared about that, or what do you think?
No, I just don't really think about it. But it is scary. It's just, you know, it's just like any other thing that can happen. Is just you can't really think about everything that might happen. But
you know,
weird.
I think that's one of the reasons why some people don't accept it, families included, is because I think illnesses make you confront you with your own mortality. So me getting sick makes you think about possibly getting happening sick, to you. And you always think these things happen to other people, but then when it happens to somebody close to you, you're like, oh,
yeah, exactly,
maybe not. And I think it makes people are really scared to face their mortality. People don't like talking about it. No. They don't like thinking that they can get sick. Tiku, you want to be in the video?
Do you have fibromyalgia? No, you don't.
Tiku, no.
You can talk to.
He currently wants to sit where we are sitting. I think it's like facing mortality, facing sickness. People just go about their day and they pretend that everything is fine, and they don't think about it.
And then it's bad.
Yeah, but I think one of the problems is that a lot of families, and I think we've done that properly, is that we take it really naturally. When I can do things, I can do things. When I can't do things, we do other things that I can do, and nobody really takes it like very seriously.
Yeah.
And when I'm not well, everybody just lets me be until I feel better. And I think at the beginning, especially with my boyfriend, he used to want to like fix it. And I think once you accept that you can't fix the other person, you just have to wait it out until they feel better.
Yeah.
I think it takes a lot of pressure out of the family to help, because there's nothing you can do.
Which is frustrating, because you want to help. And you went, how can I make you feel better? Well, you can't.
But I think it's like, imagine you were having a really hard time, you know, anxiety or depression, or you were just really sad.
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't need the person to do anything.
You just be left alone.
Or you just need them to sit with you and watch a movie and like
exactly.
just be there next to you, and that's all you need.
Yeah.
And I think all we need a lot of times is to just for people to just let us walk a little bit slower.
Even if you have no illness.
Yeah. Just in life. Just life. You have any other thoughts?
No, I just think I know that I can tell you feel better and that you are managing better than when you first got diagnosed.
Oh, I have a question. Sorry.
Ask away.
Okay. What do you think about like me being on medication? If I had to be on medication the rest of my life, would you think like
So
no?
many
Because some people are really against it.
No, it doesn't bother me. If it's like any other thing, like if you got diabetes, you need to have insulin shots. So isn't that the same thing? It's something that you need to manage your illness. It's not you're addicted to a drug.
Yeah.
It's to help you manage. So
I mean,
I'm not against it.
In a way, you kind of are addicted to it, but like not in an addictive way. You need that to function like a person.
Whatever makes you feel better. If you feel like, oh, I actually feel fine without it, don't take it.
Yeah, exactly.
Whatever
That's
works
what I
for you.
think as
Everyone
well.
is different, and I don't know what works for you might not work for me.
Yeah.
Vice versa, but
And-
attacking people for that.
Yeah, but they do.
That's insane.
And
don't
they-
do that.
As like an outsider, how do you think people should like? What do you think is a good way to cope with your family being against or for
Hide
things?
it.
And if you agree, I don't think that's a good suggestion. No, I'm saying is like imagine if you didn't agree with me taking my medication.
Okay. Yeah.
How do you think that we should like people should discuss that with their family members and like being assertive but without being like alienating their family and like shutting them out?
Right.
Sometimes.
You know what? I really don't know what to suggest because I don't understand that.
Okay.
I don't know.
I don't understand it either. I get a lot of comments asking for me to make a video about how to deal with people in your family and like around you not believing you. But I have like no idea what to say because that's not what I've experienced.
Again, I think
at
it's
all.
just like speaking about and showing them articles or interviews or whatever it is that actually validate this.
And being patient with them.
But about the medication, I don't know. It's just I guess again is explaining that it makes you feel better.
Yeah.
And don't they want the best for you? Don't they want you to feel better? So maybe I don't know. Maybe that's a good way to approach it. Is just
this
be
is my
a little
body.
bit selfish in a way and just kind of explain I need this, and this is what makes me cope with it.
And it's what's working for me right now.
Exactly. And maybe in 2 years' time, I won't be needing them anymore,
We'll
or I'll
see.
need more, or I'll need something different.
Yeah.
But for now, until I understand better, this is what I need.
Do you think that, for example, because everyone's gone through, we've all had like a GP who's once told us that our stomachache was just we didn't want to go to school or something.
Yeah.
So do you think that maybe people putting things in a perspective that their family members have all been through, and putting it in other terms, that's like a great way maybe to.
I think so. Yeah.
Because I think, for example, with anxiety, it's something I've dealt with, but you haven't, not really in the same proportion.
Yeah.
And I felt like when I started explaining it to you in a way that maybe you, through things that you had experienced, it was easier for you to understand.
Definitely, that's a good idea. That's a good point. Why'd you ask me if you know the answer?
What else do you have? Final thoughts? Can you stop barking, please?
Final thoughts. I just hope that people start believing it. Believe in the spirit of Christmas. Believing in... I'm joking. Believing... Or understanding, even if sometimes you don't have to believe something fully, but if you have a better understanding or a bigger empathy towards someone that's going through something, even if you've never experienced it, I think that's really important. So I think that's something that should happen anyway.
Yeah.
It'd be great if like technology or science and all those things can help people like you understand better what it is, where it comes from. Definitely.
Cool. Anything else?
No. Thank you for having me.
Oh, thanks for coming. Oh my god, and I went in too hard. Sorry. Okay, thanks for being here.
Of course, anytime.
We're in the same house. Okay.
Subscribe, kids, if you haven't already.
Yes. If you enjoyed this video and you would like to see my sister's face more often, give us more suggestions of things you would like us to talk about, and next time we see each other, maybe 6 months from now or whatever, we can do it.
We're gonna do like 5 and then like post.
Yeah, but just let us know and be a little bit patient, because
I live abroad.
it's not gonna happen anytime soon. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, leave it a like and a comment. Let us know what you thought and whatever. What are you doing? You're like...
Maybe it's like trying to like emoji things. Like, comment, there's not an emoji. I thought that's the one.
What would you say? I think a comment emoji would be like a keyboard.
Keyboard, yeah.
Oh, I love that emoji, the thinking one.
The thinking one.
I love that one. Anyway, and if you would like to, you can consider subscribing to my channel. It would mean a lot to me and my sister. And also, if you would like to see extra things and have early access, you can consider becoming a patron. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!